Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling back in your ears, in your heart, and in your mind's eye. Pilgrim, it's me, Sean Marciniak. How you doing? With me, as always, is the host of this show, James McCollum. How you doing?
Wait, Sean, ask me who, I'm the co-host of the show, but ask me in sincerity, like maybe you're about to go into a dark tunnel, you're kind of scared. Ask me, who is the host for this episode?
Okay, dark tunnel, going through it on a tiny boat, there's a little bit of water. I'm a little horny.
I never said any of this other stuff, but okay, you're adding to it. Yes, ending.
Yes. This is the actor's process.
Chicago Boom or Boom Chicago.
Boom Chicago and Amsterdam. Goddamn hell yeah. Okay, ready? Here comes the line read. James? Ooh.
It's crazy how you don't know what this is a setup for. It's
no
just
idea.
Baffling.
Zero
just
idea.
say the line. I'm directing you now.
Okay, great. James, who's the host of this podcast?
You are. It's like what Dario said at the end of this episode. We're back, baby.
The gun of this episode of Lucha Underground, the AAA El Rey Network fucking wombo combo deal. We're in season 2 now, babies.
Ooh, and whoa, do you see the episode description, guys? No guest. Couldn't get one to respond to any of my... I think it's Instagram. Instagram is notoriously bad for not showing people messages.
Your hidden requests in Instagram in general, which, I mean, I am grateful for. I get, man, I have so much dick medication in every other social media app that has messaging available. It's nice to not see all the dick medication that clearly I need because I get it from every social media app I have.
Sean,
but I'm never taking them up on this offer.
You are grossly misguiding our listeners. It is bill collectors from dick growth medication asking, when are you paying up? You've bought in crates of this shit.
They'll never find me. They'll never find me and my dragon's horde of dick cream.
Oh, damn. You get the cream?
Oh, I get the cream. I get the pills. One time it was just a large man punching me in the penis for like $15 an hour, and I never paid him, and they'll never find me.
I get the injections just because I miss the routine.
The routine of injections?
Yes, I used to have diabetes, but I willed myself out of it.
And that's our big message today. Guys, we are sponsored by ivermectin, the only COVID cure proven to work, and the chemicals in the water that are turning the frogs gay. That reference is a little old, which is actually kind of crazy to me, that things have gotten worse since then.
Now, people might be wondering, James, why don't you just will your penis issues out? It's not that I just like constantly having an erection, and I like that slap of my, the back of your elbow and then tying it off and slicing it in. I apologize to anyone who I have trauma with related to that. But
I was like, you saw how like uncomfortable I went, and then you thought, let's dig in deeper. You know what? This hole is not deep enough. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah, baby, I want a deep hole for my human growth hormoned cock. Well, you also it's the slapping of the back of the elbow. I don't do that. I tie off the base of my dick with a cock ring, inject it in, then pull that cock ring off and feel the rush.
What a rush. James, I'm worried about you. Honestly, I think if you're not careful, we're going to have to end up sending you to the Yusef Floral Clinic Psychotic Break Division.
Oh, yeah.
And if you are a first-time listener, we do an episode-by-episode breakdown of Lucha Underground. We are on Season 2, Episode 1, A Much Darker Place, which opens, ironically enough, in the Yusef Floral Clinic Psychotic Break Division.
And it's a pretty bright place.
It is not a very dark place at this moment, no, because they have to, like, light for the camera.
Listeners, did you ever download a bootleg copy of Saw 2 recorded on the camcorder pointed at the movie screen from LimeWire? That's the color grading this has, okay?
Is that a bad thing?
No.
I don't think so. I think I agree. It is not a pretty shot. It is super gray. It is like harsh fluorescent lighting. It's essentially a parole meeting for Vampiro. I guess it's not a prison, but it's a psychiatric center parole. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing. I know neither of us are doctors, so we don't know for certain that psychiatric centers don't have parole hearings. But I'm like 80% pretty sure that's not how that works.
Vampiro in this looks like an old, not grunge, like kind of maybe new metal album cover that I thought it was Godsmack, but it's not Godsmack.
Oh, are you thinking Disturbed?
Could it be Disturbed? Let me check.
Because I didn't think of it until you said it, like new metal,
Yes.
And I can picture that album cover.
It is
What album?
Disturbed's The Sickness.
Yes. Ooh, He's been all fucked up. We found out at Ultima Lucha that the master that Pentagon has been breaking arms and eschewing insurance claims to was Vampiro this whole time. That hardcore death match was sort of a final trial. And he should not have competed in that match. His body cannot take it. After watching the Vampiro documentary, we know he should have never competed in that match.
Nah, he's still good.
So he got sent to he is in the psychotic break division.
That entire documentary was a work.
Oh. Jeff Jarrett loves Sexy Star. She's been working NWA ever since. Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. But no, so he's at this parole hearing. We zoom out on our master, Ian, surrounded by doctors. There's a camera. The evaluator is in a suit on the other side of the table. It's been 6 months since Ultima Lucha. And Vampiro is promising he's been super normal and healthy. No crazy visions, no outbursts. He promises he'll take his antipsychotic meds, but when the doctor makes him promise to avoid his environment, any environment that would trigger another violent impulse, Ian snaps. He beats up a guard. He puts the doctor in a hammerlock, which doesn't look too bad, but then he bites his neck. Like, it's nice. It's like a pretty cool, like, yeah, violence, wrestling. And then he just bites down on this dude's neck. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of horny and scared at the same time. Oh, my.
I gotta house some of these dick pills.
I gotta house some of these dick pills, man. They're coming for me.
Also, Sean, real quick, I wanted to establish this up front. All our past bits, season 1 bits are done. I
pray to God.
Disregard the Dominator. Chavo's no longer getting shit in the bag because, as I messaged you, Chavo is Hollywood's wrestling expert now.
Yeah.
He is doing so much consulting on, it was Young Rock, there was one other show, and then the Von Erichs movie, he is the wrestling consultant on as well.
Which looks so good. I cannot wait to see that movie. I hope it's very sad. Such a fucked up. And it's the guy from The Bear, too. I love that the dude from The Bear, Jeremy Allen White, is one of the Von Erichs as well. Hey, chef, can you give me a headlock? Boom, parody. Fucking hire me, Lord. I'm crushing this shit. Anyway.
I think the better thing would be to make the food he is doing like DDTs and shit into pans.
Oh, okay. So, hey, chef, hand me that uncooked chicken. And then he just body slams the chicken into a pan.
Yeah.
Okay, good bit. You know what? I'm glad we got rid of the Dominator for this bit. This is a good bit.
All right.
Jeremy Allen White, chef wrestler.
So you're saying we should pivot the Dominator into chicken?
Now, wait a minute. You just promised me moments ago. You promised me it's over.
Imagine this. How easy it would be to drain a chicken of their blood if we just pressed it real hard.
Please
and
don't
then you
do
kind of
this.
have nuggets right there. It's already the messed up stuff. And then you could pull out the skeleton real easy from the bone.
Thank you for acknowledging the messed up process that is Chicken McNuggets, but don't, please, no. Just kidding, by the way, about that biting the doctor's neck. It was a fantasy. It was a daydream. He promises. And Vampiro is released into the custody of
his HIPAA contact.
The leather-jacketed, ever-cool Matt Stryker. Because the only medicine you need is your bros.
There's a wonderful line a little bit later that I loved so much, and someone else is showing love. But There was one thing where this man was asking Vampiro, the doctor, saying, are you still experiencing these visions? Are you still excited about violence? Why didn't he do another follow-up and say, what about you being a face-painted wrestler's godmaster?
Yeah, we didn't. Like, they kind of touch on it. We're jumping ahead. Why do you think he got sent to the psychiatric facility? Because I assumed he's starting a cult.
Oh, yeah, it should have been that. So It's weird that he got sent there, or maybe he checked himself in. That's headcanon. Checked himself in
that.
because he was seeing the visions and he's like, I can't go back. I would have loved it if he gets in the car with Stryker, the wheels go up because they're in like a lowrider, and then as they're about to peel out, you see Pentagon pull up from the back seat and he says, what's up, vamp?
Oh my God, that's the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. Just like Cameron from Ferris Bueller, when Ferris dresses up like Sloane's father and picks her up from school to get away from that dastardly principal. And you just see Cameron in the back and he's like, his like a coat's over his head. And he's like, hi, Sloane. Fuck you, Ferris Bueller. I hate you so much. I'm gonna fucking kill you when you're sleeping. God, I hate you, Ferris Bueller. You ruined my life. And then he lowers his head back under the coats because he doesn't like to be seen because he's a nervous little boy.
It would have also been cool if they did a 3-way Thelma and Louise.
Oh, there's like hand grasp?
Yeah.
And then they just fly off a fucking cliff and then they explode and Lucha Underground Season 2 starts now.
Lucha Underground. We get someone saying Lucha Underground on the title card now.
We sure do. And we also get someone name-dropping the episode. Matt Stryker lets Vampiro know that they've been invited to return to the temple, but it's not like it was. It's now a much darker place. Title drop.
And then we get the kind of who is running the temple now? What makes it darker? Hey, guys, you want to know the best way to make a woman look like she's in a position of power? Bangs, baby. Katrina with bangs. Oh, man. If they made Funko Pops of Lucha Underground, much like 11 from season 1 of Stranger Things, you had 11 and the variant 11 with Eggos in parentheticals. You'd have Katrina and then Katrina parenthetical with bangs.
Yes, dude. Katrina is running the temple now. We cut to Katrina's office, formerly Cueto's office. You can tell it's Katrina's office because her name is on the door. You take out the thin gravy bar, you add some bangs, a few skulls, and goth velvet. I love this new office redesign. I did not know this is what happens when you become the Lucha Underground champion. If you're smart enough, you just take the temple. It is now yours.
Yeah, because what happens is he saw the power vacuum and took the throne, made a throne, which is badass. And this is what Conan should have done in season 1. He could have easily seen Dario's this little beta cuck and then just like armbarred him, camel clutched him into submission and said, we run this now.
And I wish he did. Every day I wish that he did. He has a tiger. I cannot fall down my Conan rabbit hole. He doesn't even appear in this episode. Just know, Conan, wherever you are, I still love you, even though I disagree with a lot of your views on your podcast.
What?
Have you listened to it?
No.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Is it like political views or just views on wrestling?
Views on wrestling. That at some point I probably skew a little political. It's hard to say. Like art, right? All art is political.
Okay.
Fucking think about it.
Oh, is it things like, man, these Iron Man matches are too damn long?
Here's what it is. It's, man, I'm sick of this thin gravy. Let me get some thick gravy.
Oh.
I'm like, what are we doing here? You're going to replace your thin gravy with thick gravy? Conan, I can't get on board with that. Also, stop bringing on Disco Inferno. This dude sucks and hates women.
These are performers. They are doing high-octane stunt work. You want to weigh them down with heavy gravy? No.
Thank you. Speaking of performers you cannot weigh down, the high-flying Phoenix is back and less dead than ever. He is your first holder of the Gift of the Gods title, so he has an opportunity and a drive to hurt Mil Muertes, the man that played him like a fiddle last year and is the current Lucha Underground champion. Katrina, yeah.
I have a Drive for PS2.
What?
There was a game called Drive.
Oh, shit, nice. Hell yeah. I don't remember it. Sorry.
It might have been for PlayStation.
I think it was
know.
PS2. I think I do remember it, but I don't remember enough about it, and I'm afraid to be vulnerable and reveal my ignorance. So I put you down, and I'm sorry. Katrina reminds Phoenix that as the new ruler of this temple, aka proprietor, as much as it is Phoenix's right to challenge, it is her right to make him wait until next week. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, is such a cleaner way of explaining that it's a week before you can officially challenge. Like you say, when do you want to challenge? And then it's a week later. Mm-hmm. As opposed to Dario last season. And I love Dario. But it was the most jumbled, I won't let this go, how jumbled and really clumsy of an explanation in ring he had to do. Of like, hey, here's the belt and you get to challenge, but not right away because I don't want you to. Please give me a second to promote this. Guys, I'm so sorry. Do you want some cocaine and thin gravy? Thank you. I'm Dario Quater. And then he scuttles away. It was so just like that one sentence of like, and it is my right to remind you to wait a week. It was just so much cleaner. Katrina is as much as we love Dario, I fucking love Katrina as a authority figure. She's fucking great.
Also, for anyone starting with season 2 and is thinking, oh, they said they were going to quit doing bits from the previous episodes. What the fuck is this thin gravy? Go back and listen.
Oh no, I didn't.
We need to keep the thin gravy. That is just a part of my vocabulary now.
Yeah, that's not a bit, guys. That's our love for thin
Mm-hmm.
gravy.
And cocaine, as we established, is instant mashed potatoes.
Yes. Please beep out cocaine and just let him know it's instant mashed potatoes. So Phoenix will challenge next week for Mills' championship if he survives the man who's been hunting him since Ultima Lucha. He peeled off in the pickup, chasing down his Thunderbird. King Cuerno challenges for the Gift of the Gods title tonight, and Mill will be watching from his newly designed throne that sits right behind the ring, and it looks it's so imposing, the entire show. And I hope every episode is like this. Mill just sitting in his chair, watching and judging the rest of the roster.
Yeah, it's like some Islands of Adventure shit.
What?
Universal Studios Islands of Adventure.
Oh, is there a chair in Islands of Adventure?
Because they try to make it look like a movie set, but more of the fantasy varieties. There's a Atlantis / like Sinbad style area, and it looked like that's where the terrifying dark ride or experience Poseidon's Adventure is. And oh my God, it would be something in there. I can't even think about that ride without getting scared.
I'm scared thinking about it. I'm scared of thinking about you thinking about it. I'm so removed from fear. I don't understand what this emotion is, but I'm feeling it. Just like I am feeling the return of Matt and Vampiro at the desk. They love each other. It is very sweet.
Yeah, Stryker says this. Oh, I gotta welcome my co-host, my brother, the exquisite, explicit, always get with it, Vampiro. And Vampiro's response to this very much better, well-crafted limerick, he simply says, I love you.
It's so sweet. And you can even see it like, because Matt, you kind of paraphrase it. Matt goes on, it's like 2 full bars, like about like, I want to say like 8 words, 8 different rhyming words describing this sadistic with it, et cetera, et cetera. And the entire time you just see Vampiro, he is a warm ball of just like, oh, I'm receiving praise. And I don't receive enough praise. You can tell he does not receive enough praise in his life before he met Matt Stryker. And we ship it. We ship it all fucking day.
They're best friends.
Hell yeah. Vampiro also lets us know that Mill has ascended to Dark Olympus and is our new boss. Take it away, Melissa Santos, who announces the Gift of the Gods championship match, our first match of the evening, King Cuerno versus the champion, Phoenix. And hell yeah. Quick recap on Phoenix, he's a good boy that kicks ass. Quick recap on Cuerno, all-around athlete with a deep psychology of the game, but a heck of an ego. How will these two collide and clash? James, what's gonna happen? I'll fucking tell you right now.
wins. I'll bleep that.
In a great fucking match. I opened up Cage Match while I watched along the episode. The reviews all over the place, nines, and everyone being like, yo, that opening match was insane. Because it was beautiful.
Closing match is great too, man. This episode delivers. And
this is a great season premiere.
You've brought up, maybe season 1 is the only thing that will ruin wrestling for you. Or season 1 will ruin even Lucha Underground for you, James. I think that's just because it starts to lean into the Tekken storytelling, the soap opera storytelling, and people might start to turn away from that, but it's still always going to have great wrestling.
Yeah. Well, and I think the Tekken soap opera storytelling, that's what makes it the perfect introduction to pro wrestling. I was talking to a friend of ours, Shake and Bakey.
I was talking here
the other night. Shaky is like a huge baseball fan, loves the sport. And we're talking about like how certain things pay off. It's weird, like sports and long television shows, something like wrestling as well that doesn't have an off season. It pays off for long-time viewers. He was talking about like he's in Arizona. He's watching these minor league teams and minor league players kind of come up, and the feeling of catharsis and how good it feels to see someone crush it on the minor league, make it to the big leagues, and continue to crush it. You don't need to do that to watch baseball. You can just flip on a game, and like if you understand the rules, you can still enjoy the game. But there is a deeper level. It's a reward, it feels like, for being a deeper fan. That's a lot of like what's going on with wrestling, I think, with any wrestling.
With this show.
With this show. Absolutely. With this show. Yeah. With Thin Gravy and Dominators.
Yes.
That we will not talk about ever again.
And Chavo shitting in bags. Or his bags being shit. No, you want to know what? Chavo shits in bags now.
Whose bags?
These executives handing him money. He's like, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love of the sport.
Yeah, but also baby.
Yeah.
We are on I'm pretty sure Chavo, his role as like on-set coordinator would be on strike as well with the SAG-AFTRA.
Maybe.
I mean, on strike, maybe.
Productions would be on strike.
I don't know if like fight coordinators would be on strike as well. I think most of them are SAG. But that might be stunt performers.
Yeah, I think stunt performers. I think these would be producers.
Oh, interesting. Shit, Chavo's the problem. Chavo's in the AMTPPP.
No, he's not.
Chavo is David Zaslav. He is rude. He has taken all of your favorite shows off of Cartoon Network, and he slaps Jeff Bezos on the booty every night and wishes him a good night as he tucks him in. Chavo is the problem.
A24, who is producing that Von Erichs movie, is not part of the AMPPTTP.
Which is why it's so crazy that Chavo is still siding with the AMPPTTP.
I said I want no Chavo slander this season. You're now the heel here. Bad-mouthing Chavo is now the equivalent of terrorizing a dog in a cage. Okay, and that's you this season.
Chavo is a sweet little puppy who did nothing to nobody never. And you still love Young Rock. Rest in peace, that television series.
Man, it was so good, and it was just getting into the juicy shit.
I think you're the only person who watched it.
I'm not. At least 3 million other people were watching, okay?
I thought you were just going to say 3.
No.
At least 3 of them were, and they were all me on different burner accounts.
And I'm saying at the peak of the show, at least 3 million were watching.
Well, 3 million should have been watching this beautiful wrestling match. Cuerno's trying to grind down Phoenix early. And it's something I just noticed about Phoenix's style. It's not just that he's one of the most gifted high flyers. It's that he can take what anyone is giving him and turn it into a lucha style match. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you want to ground wrestle me? We're doing luchas. We're doing lucha. You want to like Hernandez style power move me? We're doing lucha. And it's just so seamless. It's very good. Cuerno recognizes what Phoenix is doing, powders outside, catches him in a DDT, arrow from the depths of hell, only gets a 2. Flurry of springboards. Vampiro does not love this Cirque du Soleil shit, but it works. It's effective.
And you took offense to that, Sean.
Yeah, because I love Cirque du Soleil. I hate wrestling, but I love Cirque du Soleil.
You love the theater.
I love the theatre.
Also, you glazed past that DDT to the ground. You could hear the head drop on that.
It was snug. Everyone working. It was a lot of just. It was hard tonight. It was a lot of real snug spots.
No regard for personal safety, just bangers.
Hell yeah. That massive corkscrew plancha. The Viva Mexico. Phoenix shouts before a Kobashi-esque running boot. Cuerno answers with a flying forearm out of the corner. It's funny because Vampiro calls it out at some point. This is their first time meeting one-on-one in Lucha Underground. I think he was correct. I can't think of a time where they fought one-on-one. They fought in tag matches. They've always been a separate from each other, but they've never met. And for them to have this much but there is enough story built in. You know, they've met around other places. Their values are so established as characters, which is a really cool thing for a wrestling show to have. It's a huge. I mean, if you're ever just building your D&D character and you want to find some nice shortcuts, values are a great way, or AKA character wants. It's a great way to establish what is important to your character.
Yeah. And who was doing that what move to who?
Kenta Kobashi-esque. Phoenix just delivers a running boot and Vampiro's like, ooh, shades of Kenta Kobashi. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Which then Cuerno counters with a Kobayashi-style maneuver. He starts eating him like a hot dog.
He does. It was fucking hot as hell.
I'll edit a lot of that so it becomes very streamlined.
I know.
My reference.
And I giggled, but it took me a minute to make sounds while giggling. It doesn't work on the audio medium, but it was funny, you fucks.
And he is that when someone gets kicked in the face real hard?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just a running boot. He compares it to the wrestler Kenta Kobashi, but it's not a Kobashi-esque. Kobashi is not the name of a move. Right now, at least. Okay,
I just say that because I believe one of them responds also with, man, you're going to need some dental work. Hope Katrina's fronting the bill.
Hey. And we know she's not because these contracts are, again, criminally bad.
Well, her contracts are for their souls and giving them fame and fortune, so her contracts are good. The show's contracts are bad. You also get her to lick your face, so that's real good payouts.
I guess until you remember oh, that's my soul leaving. And what if me? You know what? I would like to speak to HR because I don't want my manager licking my face. Even if they are Katrina, I feel at that point I'm just I don't feel confident in the workplace anymore. So hey, bosses out there, stop licking my face and let me do my TPS reports, you freaks.
Nah, I'm fine with it. Gimme, lick, daddy.
Uppercut palm strike, the shote from Phoenix into the corner. I think we talked about this last year. It looks like a Shoryuken. It's so fucking cool. I wish more people did this. But then again, not a lot of people can do what Phoenix does. He catches Cuerno, staggers him on the top rope, climbs up behind him, double stomp to the back of the head. They falls off the top rope, another 2 count. Thrill of the Hunt. This match is not over. I think the first time Thrill of the Hunt has been kicked out of.
At least that's what Vampiro says, and it's crazy.
Does he say it? Okay.
Cuerno gets kicked on the back of his head, and he's seizing on the ground and somehow kicks out. I guess when you're seizing, your shoulders can't be pushed down.
Yeah, he didn't kick out. He was seizing.
Yeah. And then seizes up and this is the crazy, this is why it got kicked out. He was still having a seizure. Well, he did the Thrill of the Hunt.
Hey, he was not all there. It was not a full thrill OD hunt.
Not all there with our friend Paul Bear.
Well done. Nice. That does rhyme. Good job.
Thank
Hell
you.
Yeah. Absolutely. The pool is empty, however, on Phoenix's springboard 450. So Cuerno debuts a new move. a sort of spin-out tombstone pile driver, more of a dude buster with the legs kind of hooked under the arms. But this spinning pile driver gets the win. Yeah. 7 minutes, 48 seconds, new champ.
New gift of the gods holder.
New gift of the gods. He is technically a champion. I think they refer to the gift of the gods as a championship.
Okay.
But it's not the championship.
No.
It's like, I'm so sorry. It is what I guess would be referred to as a mid-card title.
You're
a title
mid.
that is put up. Fuck right off. How dare you son of a bitch.
You're mid-card.
You're fucking bid card.
I
would bid on you. Let me say it. I would bid on you at a bachelor's auction and take you on a very nice date. That's what makes you a bid card, you fucking asshole.
And you're mid-guard.
What does that mean?
It's the Viking heaven.
Oh, okay, thanks.
It's one of the Viking heavens.
Midgard is Earth, I believe.
Oh, hold on.
Because it is between the worlds. I believe, Midgard is Earth, and that mid is like between Valhalla and Stinky Doo-Doo Hell.
Yep, it is the Middle Earth. So you want to know you're Midgard in the sense that you're hanging out with hobbits and shit.
Nah, that's true. I do love me some second breakfast. And I do love Angelico showing up on a dirt bike in the parking lot. That's what I'm talking about, character development. We cut to the parking lot, and Angelico shows up on a neon green dirt bike. It matches his outfit. His gear is dirt bike clothes. He shows up on a dirt... I just want to watch Motocross, the Disney movie. It's fucking cool. It was cool, man. I love Angelico.
He came in and he's like, I'm gonna not sell any of the great Sasuke's moves.
Yeah, who is not in this match. Do I talk a lot about Great Sasuke? That might be a bit we leave from the first season, because I know Great Sasuke through the Sasuke special, the handspring moonsault over the top ropes to the outside. And I think because I knew that's a reference to the Great Sasuke, James thinks I'm the number one Great Sasuke fan, and I don't know if I've actually ever seen a Great Sasuke match. Let me be very honest. I know a lot of our fans on the Discord like to remind us that they like to listen not for the wrestling, but for James exacerbating me.
Also, I'm referencing his match with the, in quotes, the dirt bike kid.
Oh, shit.
Do you know about that?
I do know about that. That's the match it was Michinoku Pro. Notorious for great lightweight, cruiserweight style matches. The dirt bike kid is this American fucking jabroni.
Nope. United Kingdom.
Oh, United Kingdom, thank you. This British fucking jabroni who, I don't remember what exactly happens, but something pisses off Sasuke to the point where he just starts shooting on him. Yeah. Shooting refers to, you're not trying to make a good-looking spectacle. It refers to jism, and it also refers to be, like, for real, just kind of like, not pulling punches, not like, no, I just want to hurt this guy. I don't feel like you'll hear a lot of times if someone like does something that makes them feel safe, unsafe, or like the old school mentality was if someone's working a little too hard with you, you throw them a stiff shot, you shoot on them once, and you're like, hey, slow the fuck down. This wasn't like a punch in the face, slow the fuck down. This was, hey, this match is over. I'm just going to beat the shit out of you until I'm done.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch.
The story goes, this kid, very big in UK because he was bringing over like the ECW style wrestling that everyone just was seeing on tapes. Now they're seeing it live in the United Kingdom.
The ECW style wrestling, as a reminder, a lot of it stolen from, or I'll say amalgamated from a Japanese style of wrestling.
Yeah. So he goes over here for this masked match. Like it's only people in masks, and he takes off his helmet. That's the first indication people are like, what was Sasuke disrespected by that? All he had on was like a mask that covered your jawline. And so that's...
And even his gear in general was pretty... It did not look like wrestling gear. He was wearing dirt bike gear.
Yes, but like, I don't think that's the issue. If he had had a full mask on, maybe that. But the biggest thing people point to is he goes in hard. He's like, I'm going to do the coolest shit on one. It's in front of family. It's in front of children, and it's just in an auditorium, like a gymnasium, so it's hardwood floors, not padded. He's doing these huge moves on one of the legends in Japanese wrestling, and Sasuke's clearly fine with it. But when Sasuke starts doing these moves, the dirt bike kid is no selling, and that's when people think there might have been some disrespect piling up, and he's like, oh no, fuck you, and then just annihilates the dude IRL.
Yeah, and it's like it's weird and it's hard to watch, but like I don't know, like I don't know either of these guys. It from the outside it's hard to sort of discredit Sasuke. I don't think he was wrong, but like damn. So that's the dirt bike kid. He does not appear in this episode.
No, but we get a 3-wheeled all-terrain, an ATV kid, and Helico.
Yeah. And his other 2 wheels, fellow Odd Throuple members, Evilise and Son of Havoc. They meet in the parking lot before entering the temple together. That's character arc, baby. That's character growth. That there's like, you know what? No, we are the Odd Throuple. We enter together, we do shit together, and we're going to get our trios titles back together. Yeah. They get into the gym, and they are cut off immediately by Katrina. And Evilise is just like, hey, fuck you, give us our titles back. The Disciples of Death, the goons, beat them last time, and they're like, fuck that shit, we want them back. And Katrina says no. Mill has specific instructions to book them against each other. And despite spending a year getting on the same page, working together, loving together, being together, despite a year of that, an opportunity has arisen. For the winner of this match can face Mill for his title tonight. So they take the opportunity. Oh, Evilise reminds Katrina, and when I get that title, I'm coming for you.
And I'm going to put it on my mannequin of you because I know you're from the Night Warrior.
Katrina was one of the mannequins from the night. That's a deep reference, by the way, guys, but also watch the Night Warrior.
Also, for, like around Halloween, I'm going to put that in the free feed. In this feed, yeah. I will put our straight to Patreon episode of us watching and discussing with Nicole, who just, I think, did not want to be there, Vampiro's movie, Warrior of the Night or Night Warrior.
You hear that? Even though she refuses to be on this podcast, we have found a roundabout way to get her on this podcast.
Yeah.
Nicole, you're welcome. In the ring, or just outside of the ring, Katrina calls over Melissa Santos, whispers in her ear, and Melissa Santos announces the next match. 3-way #1 contender, Son of Havoco versus Angelico. Wait, did I say Son of Angelico?
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. I also said Christopher Danielson instead of Christopher Daniels on the last episode. I don't know how I'm still here, guys. Please, thank you for listening. I love you. Kisses. Son of Havoc versus Angelico versus Evilise. Meanwhile, in the locker room, Cuerno with his new title, cowboy shirt and hat. We all know how we feel about cowboy shirts. At least me personally. Cuerno's got that cowboy shirt game on lock. Santos Escobar, I love what you're doing in the WWE. Where the fuck are your cowboy shirts? It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Katrina reminds him of their deal. Cuerno assures her that she and Mill have nothing to worry about right before Katrina disappears. What is this deal that our new Gift of the Gods champion has made with the proprietor Katrina and the heavyweight champion, Mr. Sit in a Chair, Mil Muertes? I don't fucking know. I don't know. 3-way match is next.
And Sean, you undersold how fucking pumped people are for this match because they don't know who's on the card. Melissa says, coming to the ring, Son of Havoc. People are like, yeah, we love Son of Havoc. Then coming to the ring, Angelico. People are like, holy shit, what? And then the third people are expecting who it's going to be. And when they say Evilise, the crowd goes fucking wild that the Odd Throuple are in a 3-way match to determine who will have a title card match against Mill at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. And for true, the crowd is hot the entire match for all of them. Mm-hmm. A lot of Son of Havoc chants, a lot of Angelico chants, a lot of Evilise chants. either whoever is mixing the sound on this episode is a fucking wizard, or this crowd is just very hot for all three of these guys. It's chef's kiss.
Even in the Phoenix match, you could hear people scream specific, like, hey, go Phoenix, just like a single person, or hey, Cuerno, fuck them up, things of that ilk. I loved it. And if I were in a three-way team, like a triples team, if I were presented this opportunity, I would have just gone in, ding, ding, rock, paper, scissors. And then whoever wins gets to just pin someone, and then they're at full strength to go up against Mill.
Yeah, but how do you know who is... I don't know. Where's the honor in that, I guess, is my question.
That's some New Day shit. I'm disregarding fucking...
New Day rocks.
What Sean said. There's honor in this. It's some, like, little scamp type shit. That's what I want.
Oh, you were specifically referring to the New Day in the ring together, and I think it was like a fatal 4-way tag match.
I don't know. It just seems like something they would have done of like, hey, we can go up against Roman Reigns or some bullshit. Let's just rock, paper, scissors this so we're at full strength. All right, hell yeah.
I mean, so they literally, it's one of my favorite things. In a fatal 4-way tag match, only 2 people are allowed in the ring at the same time, but you can tag in other teammate. You can tag in the other teams on the other corners. Oh. So like if for some reason your tag team partner got pulled off the apron, you can tag in another teammate. Or like if you back yourself into a corner, someone can tag themselves in. And it was one of these matches, and it's the New Day, and somehow Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are in the ring at the same time. And they look at each other and like, yeah, let's fucking, you know what? Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. We're gonna, and immediately Xavier Woods goes down to the mat and Kofi tries to pin him. And then all 6 guys are like, stop that, you little scamps.
Yeah, see?
Very scamp behavior. But that was for the team, the New Day, to win. When it comes to individual like this, and we'll get to it after the match because I love what this kind of competition leads to in the Odd Thruple story. But yeah, 3-way test of, to get into the match, series of near falls and smirks are exchanged up top. We get the iconic line, salt looks like sugar, but who's gonna snap first? And then Vampiro comes in, you look like sugar. Hell yeah.
I'm glad you caught that, because if you didn't, that's my note. That's the only note for this round.
Totally, that's fair. I'll get through this then pretty quickly. It's a great match. Very tight first act. Not a lot of these, like 2 luchadors fighting and then one waiting to get involved. It's all 3 stay very involved in the opening bits here. Eventually, Son of Havoc goes on a suicida tour, taking out Angelico and Evilise on the outside. Son of Havoc springboard double stomp to standing moonsault, only gets a 2. Like it's a Son of Havoc is very good. I don't know if I've said this before.
Sean, I'll take you outside for a date, that is.
Ooh, hey, you look like sugar.
Thank you.
Evilise gets knocked off the apron. Son of Havoc and Angelico fight for advantage on the top rope. Eventually, Son of Havoc, it's this gourd buster, which is it's a suplex, but instead of falling backwards, they fall front.
No.
Right? Did you? Yeah, no, it happens. A
gourd buster, but Nicole's nickname is Gourd.
Well, don't bust her, bro. Even if it makes you feel good.
You want to know a gourd buster? The Eric Andre show. She laughs so hard to that. It busts her up.
And busting makes her feel good, of course. Eric Andre is great. I don't have a transition to get back into the match.
Just go with your next note. So, and then...
I also know the Gourdbuster hits. Angelico does it. You talk about like seizure cells, because I want to talk about the Angelico cell after the Gourdbuster. We don't get it super clear on camera, but he full on like zombie sort of like rises up and like throws an arm into the air. It looks so neat. It's a mean looking Gourdbuster. He takes a lot of that on the head. You're supposed to kind of fall on your tummy, and he falls on his head. And then he just kind of like stiff arm in the air, like cross-eyed. It was like classic Shawn Michaels, like late 90s Shawn Michaels selling. Or if you ever seen Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam, it was some of that good sell.
You want to know another gourd buster?
Absolutely.
Rip Torn.
Who? Oh, yep, okay.
Because from Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, he's in. I never seen Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh my God. You call yourself a comedian, but you're like, oh man, all I ever watch is Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, and
You haven't seen Community, you haven't seen Freddy Got Fingered. I bet you've probably seen Citizen Kane.
is that an episode of Gilmore Girls? If so, yes.
Dang it.
I've only seen Gilmore Girls.
You lap this stuff up.
Yo, Stars Hollow, baby, till the day I die. Son of Havoc hits that gourd buster. He's on the top rope. He's going to do something crazy off the top rope until Evilise with a disruption knocks his balance off. He lands on his balls. Mahistral cradle pin on Angelico. Evilise wins at 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Good match. Evilise will take on Mil Muertes in the main event tonight.
Sean, if you went to Chilton while Rory was there during like a parent-teacher meeting stuff, because you love them so much, you would have been on the top of one of those high buildings with a with a rope around your neck, and you would have said, "Lorelai, this is all for you, Lorelai." Then just Damien the Omen style sacrificed yourself.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Stars Halloween.
Ooh, okay, you know what? I hated the Omen reference, but you brought me back with that one. You brought me back with that one. Happy Stars Halloween, guys. On a dark street, 375 miles from Boyle Heights, 3 dude bros in a car pull up, unsure if they're in the right neighborhood. When Black Lotus appears next to their window, asks if they're lost. The dude bros name drop what they're looking for, an underground fight club called The Temple. Black Lotus says, "Come with me." And that's it. We cut back to the Temple for the Lucha Underground championship match. But James, yes?
I have some notes. First and foremost, it's not underground. It's broadcast television. And second, guys.
It's not live, though. So
still, it's broadcast television.
On the El Rey network.
You can still get it on your expanded cable provider. Maybe not now, but you used to be able to. And don't trust a shadow from the dark. She just appears out of nowhere. That's like, you're going to trust the Heartless when you're Sora? Say, oh, these little buggers just came out of the ground. They're shadow people. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give them a hug, not slash them with my Keyblade.
Okay, so a couple things we need to break down.
Break the walls down!
The canon of the Temple. Do you think the television series exists? It must exist because there's a desk and an announcer.
Hey man, thanks for everyone shouting us out on Twitter, aka X. Whoa, someone just pulled off their hoodie and is looking hot as hell in a tank.
All right, please continue. I got a little warm, so I took off. It's not even a hoodie. I'm in my robe. And I'm in a terry cloth robe and pajama pants, guys. It is the least. I look like what I imagine my stepfather would look like if he ever came back from cigarettes. Okay, it's not great. It's not impressive.
Sean, you might be a little warm, but it's real hot now.
Back to the canon of the Temple. Okay, so here's what I'm going to propose. The reason it is taped in advance and it cannot be live, I think that this is like a sort of like, this is an underground fight ring, but American television is so fucked up, they'll just put anything on TV nowadays.
Okay, yeah.
Room Raiders got on TV. That's an underground love ring as far as I'm concerned. So I think it's fair. I think it's fair that like, yes, this is a deeply underground illegal fight ring that they can't catch, but honestly, fuck it, man. It's making advertiser money. In this economy, we take what we can get. And I think if it is if we buy that and we accept that it is like an underground fight ring, the only way you're getting instructions are from Heartless appearing out of the shadows, taking you and your dog and duck friend into a strange, different alley. Like, I think that's the only way you can find, like, it's not going to be in Google Maps, unfortunately. Like, you have to trust the strange, shadowy figures who appear to you car door.
Yeah, Sean, I got a new reality show for you.
Are you just agreeing with me because I took my sleeves off, by the way?
Yeah, of course. Oh man, right. I'm zoomed in and distracted, but let me get undistracted.
What's this reality show you've got for me?
You brought up Room Raiders. Let's do a competition reality show called Womb Braiders.
Okay, we're done.
At the
you don't
end,
have to.
The person gets their tube tied. kids.
Great. I'm so glad you continued that line of thought.
It is very difficult for women who do not want children to be able to get their tubes tied. So
Yes.
I think this would, one, bring awareness to why women might not want children, definitely don't want children, and two, the person who wins at the end gets what they always wanted, their tubes tied. This summer on Fox Network Television, we bring
We're doing
you...
a network?
Yes, of course. This isn't goddamn IFC with bunk.
Why is IFC catching strays? They
Because
didn't do anything wrong.
I guess it could be on MTV. It's not Room Raiders left. No, this is, I want it fully everyone aware. I guess you could put it on Max.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Let's put it on Fox. I think Fox would lap this shit up. Following animation domination after your favorite episode of season 50,000 of The Simpsons, Womb Braiders.
Yeah.
We're going to tie your... Do we have a tagline?
Womb Braiders, we're not talking pubes.
I can get on that. Womb Braiders, we're not talking pubes. But we are talking the Lucha Underground Championship match. Ivelisse versus the champion, Mil Muertes. Ivelisse already in ring from the last match. And this is what I was talking about before of what I love so much about this episode. Her bros are in the ring still, hyping her up. It's not this like, oh, you pinned me and I can't believe, I can't trust you. Like, oh, now we're after a year of working together and learning to work together, we're going to fall apart. No, they got her back. They got her back so bad. It's so fucking sweet. Like, it makes me just very happy to see that, them make that choice.
I'm just surprised they're not scared to be in the ring.
Why would they be scared to be in the ring? They are wrestlers.
Oh, well, no, because they might get all wonky faked from seeing that little girl crawl through the TV.
Jeez, we're leaving the old bits behind.
No, hey, that's a goddamn classic. 1998's Japanese J-horror epic, The Ring, okay?
But we say the word ring so often in our wrestling podcast, and you bring up this 1998 Japanese horror classic every time.
Not every time. Sometimes you
do
might
it a
bring...
lot.
Okay, I've brought it up maybe 3 times in total, but it's never about like us just talking about the, like, hey, we're in the ring. I bring it up.
That's what just happened.
No, but yes, that's the only time I've done this. There's other times when you're like, yeah, and this creepy little girl, and I'm like, oh yeah, you want to know a creepy little girl? One crawled out of my television.
Yeah, every time. So they're in the Sudoku, and it's something I didn't notice until like I just kept going through it. There is a sort of, when I first wrote down, he's released into the custody of, Vampiro was released into the custody of Matt Stryker because the only medicine you need is your bros. There is a running theme of bros in this episode. Phoenix doesn't have any bros right now. That's one of the reasons Cuerno won the title, is because he has a relationship with Katrina and Mil Muertes. He's Mil's bro. The Odd Throuple has spent a year learning to become each other's bros, that even in defeat, win, lose, or draw, bros gotta be bros. And they're still hyping each other up. These 3 dude bros are driving. I don't know, but they're bros. Bros are bros are bros. And Ivelisse is a bro, and her bros are in there supporting her, and we fucking love to see it.
And that's why Sadako ended up in the well. She didn't have bros to be like, hey, man, you can do this acting shit.
How can you bring this back to Sadako?
Everything comes back to Sadako. It's a spiral, literally.
Well, let me spiral back into this match. As we get started, we see what Mil, like the coolest thing about Mil watching the episode the entire time is him standing up out of his chair.
And then making his pecs dance.
Yeah, that's also cool.
Why is he doing that? He's
because he
devil.
can. With some great pecs. I don't blame him. I can't blame him. Katrina comes out of her office, rocking hand to accompany Mil, as she used to. Meanwhile, the Disciples of Death swarm the ring from out of the darkness, much like a heartless, in fact, would.
Or like a little girl from a TV screen.
You son of a bitch.
We're back, baby!
Disciples of Death jump and carry away Son of Havoc and Angelico. Ivelisse is alone, no bros, Only Mill in the ring and Katrina ringside before the bell even rings. Hard to see. And this match it's heartbreaking to watch.
Guys,
yeah.
These two told a feature-length story in 7 minutes. This match fucking rules. You think it's going to be one-sided. You think it's going to be a squash match, but no. Mill knows how to work. Ivelisse knows how to work. They both, one's winning. No. But now the other is. Oh, but how could they win? But oh no, now they're not winning. It's so fucking good.
James, I love watching you get excited about wrestling. It is very endearing. And truly, I described it, Ivelisse's fighting spirit comes out hot but impotent. The size disadvantage and the fatigue from her last match, which was how long did I say? 6 minutes? Like that's a minute to go that fast.
Also, you haven't had to experience impotency since you went into debt getting all those blue chews.
Yeah, come for me. You'll never find me, debt collectors. I live in the wind, and my dick lives in your hearts.
No, your dick lives in the quim.
What is quim?
It's vaginal excretion.
Why?
It's a slang for that. It rhymes.
Good job. Great rhyme. It's an uphill battle, but there are some great hope spots. But like some great hope spots after some just brutal decimation. Mill blocks an arm drag by grabbing her by the throat. He blocks a guillotine choke with just a bear hug. Like he's dominant. There's an exchange. I think it's Vampiro says, hope makes you courageous. Hope can make you a hero. And then Matt comes in. Yeah, hope can end up killing you too. And like that to me is the crux where it's not back and forth, right? It's a lot of Mill, but there's still hope. It's still 90-10%, but that 10%, that's the hope. She's fighting for her life in a triangle choke. Eventually, she holds onto it long enough that Mill has to escape it. He can't power his way out of it. He needs to like throw some knees and just get out of it. Top rope tornado DDT, scores Ivelisse a near fall. Katrina gets in the ring. Ivelisse gets in her face. Mill sizes her up for a spear, but Ivelisse dodges. Katrina gets cut in half instead.
Once Katrina came into the ring and it seemed like, pay attention to Mill, Ivelisse. I wrote down, because it looked like he was about to spear her, I go, throw Katrina into Mill. Yes. Like, as soon as I thought it happened, I was like, yeah. Also, they say when Mill has her in a chokehold and then Ivelisse, like, gets out of it by, like, messing up his wrist, they say, the wrist is the weakest joint. And I said, guess my sister's never rolled you up some smoke, babe.
Does she roll bad joints?
That's just the joke. That's the premise of it.
Man, listen, I've met your sister. If you're listening right now, James doesn't think you roll good joints, and that's fucked up. I would never say that about my sister.
I also think she doesn't because she's a bong person.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Hey, shouts out to all our bong rippers out there. Cops are on their way. I've called them myself. Shape up, America.
Well, you're calling out the sloppy boys.
Fuck yeah, that's goddamn right. You John Lennon sounding motherfuckers.
Because they are the master bong rippers.
They famously. Despite all of this, a power slam flatliner combo makes it all but mathematical. Mill wins in dominant fashion after 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Post-match, Katrina calls for another flatliner before delivering her lick of death. Odd Thrupple's been goon-napped. Can anyone save Ivelisse? I can think of one name, and his name is Prince Puma, baby. You raised your finger like you wanted to say something.
I was itching my nose.
How's your nose doing now?
It's fine. I just snorted a bunch of instant gravy.
Hell yeah. New bits, new season. Prince Puma makes the save in a quick getaway with Ivelisse, a reminder that this thorn in his side is still here in the temple. Mill stares down Puma, Puma stares down Mill, and from behind, a certain little special student of Vampiro comes to the ring, Motherfucking Pentagon Jr., baby. Lung blower, arm breaker sacrifice, Cero Miedo, faithful. Cero Miedo, and good night.
So, one of my big issues last season, or I understand what was going on, but in my head, why when Pentagon is doing all these arm breakers, or whenever Chavo comes to someone and just starts beating the shit out of them, why isn't the locker room coming out to support whoever's being truly assaulted? This season, I think the locker room is going to be united against their cause of taking down Mill. I think Mill will become truly the actual hero's journey. No, Cueto's there. We need him for the money. But Mill is just a malevolent force that we have to take over and take down. I think this is going to be a beautiful season.
I'm excited to see, because if I were Mill, how do I stop that? Is by implanting obstacles in the form of an alliance with Cuerno. So what other alliances can Katrina and Mill create to disrupt that plan? I'm very excited to see that, because I do agree. I think Mill is more than just a boss and a money backer, and sort of he is a force, and you need to rise up against him.
Yeah.
After the match and after the episode, we cut to the temple parking lot, where Black Lotus brings those three dude bros looking for some underground fighting to a man who does not look like he's allowed inside the building. It's Dario Cueto. Dude bro 1 doesn't buy it. Plus, ew, why is there a girl here? So she hits the shit out of him. She just beats. It's back fist to the head, elbow to the nuts, back fist to the head, elbow to the nuts, 3 times. It's that combo. She's spamming that combo, and it's fucking working for her.
And your older brother's getting pissed off at you.
Yeah, but then the third brother is just yo, we love violence. True. So Dario's great, $20 each. Here's the key. Let me unlock this door for you. And first, dude bro kind of turns around and is hey, who's fighting tonight? You are. And oh shit, this is not the temple at all. I forgot, this is 375 miles away from Boyle Heights. This is a shipping container with presumably Dario's murderer monster brother inside as the screams fade us to black. That was Lucha Underground Season 2, Episode 1, A Much Darker Place. And these are our plugs. James, you have more, so I'm going to get mine real quick out of the way. You know me, baby. Twitch.tv, Goose Von Kaiser, and we hang out. And if you're ever booking stand-up shows in Chicago, you shouldn't book me. I wasn't confident enough when I started this plug. But thank you for considering me. I love you. Goodbye. James?
Book me instead. I'm hella good at crowd work.
Nah, shit, dude.
Especially unless everyone's looking like Sadako, then I might just pee myself, but that might get laughs.
Oh my God, don't pee yourself on stage.
I'm the GG Allin of stand-up, bitch. Yeah, I'm taking that from Eric Andre.
Okay, so he's already the GG Allin of stand-up?
Yeah, but I think he's more of just of comedy, not just stand-up, because he's not really doing stand-up all crazy. He's a normal person with stand-up.
Okay. So you specifically want to be an unwatchable stand-up comedian.
Oh, no, people will love to watch me just from a distant.
Oh, from a distant?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey guys, listen to my new single, Anal Dentata. It's a 12-track single. Yes, that's as big as an album. There's remixes, extended cuts, instrumentals. Go check it out wherever music is found under Marshland Monster. Oh yeah, and Sean's showing that pit off, baby. Then head over to mlmpod.com for information on all the free feed podcasts I do, like Formulaic, Sweet Child of Time, Hit It and Crit It, Height of Horror, and mostly Speakin' Sentai. Also on this feed, please, if you're not listening to Death to Squids with Jose and me getting stoned as hell last episode, found out in the beginning and got really scared. Jose was not extremely stoned, only I was, and that made me nervous. So listen to that. It's a fun time. Then head over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. We started the new show, The Citizens of Townsville Z, where I'm taking friends through the world of Powerpuff Girls Z, the anime adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls. This week we have on R2 Shelby 2 discussing episode 3 of Powerpuff Girls Z. And then if you're a $10 patron, you get all of that, plus monthly bonus content. This month will, I believe, be Hack-O-Lantern. Nicole and I discussing that with a friend. And you get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F.
You look like sugar.
Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour.
You look like sugar.
Alex Z, the Waz.
You look like sugar.
Orion, he did a remix of Anal Dentata.
And he looks like sugar.
My Bickle brother in common law, Joshua Jacobs, who will be a best man this week.
And will look like sugar.
Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, and did an Anal Dentata remix.
And did I mention that looks like sugar?
My mother, she don't need the wombs braided.
No, because she looks like sugar.
She might have also had her wombs braided. I don't know. Lil Corey's BFF and former roommate Shane.
And you look like sugar.
That fed.
That looks like sugar.
Core Winning, twitch.tv/Core Winning, I mean.
And I mean, you look like sugar.
And from Formulaic and the Rom Complex, patreon.com/the Rom Complex, and twitch.tv/R2 Shelby 2. It's R2 Shelby 2.
You look like sugar.
And so do you, Jonathan.
And so do you, James Home.
Hey,
Yeah.
lots of juggalos at the comic book store I work at.
Hell yeah.
And by juggalos, they're just aware of juggalo content.
That's as much of a juggalo as I am, and I rep that shit hard.
You are a straight up juggalo, so much so you demanded I buy you a copy of Blaze You Dead Homie, the comic book.
I didn't. You just did that. You did that yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I love you guys.
See you guys. Bye.
James loves you guys. Bye-bye. I'm not a juggalo. I am a juggalo.
Oh,